What is up, everybody? Welcome to the AEW Dynamite Post Show. It is Wednesday, April 16th. It's your girl, Denise Salcedo, joined by Righteous Reg. We're not the California connection today, though, because I'm out here in Las Vegas. Where the hell are you, Reg?
It's your favorite rapper, your favorite writer, your favorite podcaster. We are still the West Coast connection, though, Denise. Don't take that away from us. I am set to be in the same place as you early tomorrow, so I'll see you then. But for now, still in Oakland, California. Very excited about my weekend, but very excited after a amazing, tremendous, off-the-charts AEW Dynamite. I'm blown away, Denise.
Reg, I am so mad that every single week you and I have been doing a watch along, and it's been like decent episodes, right? Like not really nothing too crazy. And I thought the best Dynamite in a long time, and we couldn't do the dang watch along. I was so mad.
Denise, when the show started cooking, that's all I could think. I was like, we would be talking about this and be going ham, all this crazy stuff. But of course, we're both watching. Denise probably isn't even watching part of this. We're watching the show, and it's not happening with our watch along. I'm very upset. I feel like AEW did this on purpose. They knew what was going on. I don't know why they're doing this to us.
They were like, screw you, you're going to WrestleMania, you're going to go to Las Vegas, we're going to put on a bomb-ass show, screw you guys.
Listen, you said it.
You want to know something so funny, though? When I landed in the airport and I went to go get my bag at Carousel 16, right there, you know how in Vegas they have like giant billboards like on all the carousels and thing? The first thing that I saw was a giant billboard to promote Dynamite.
Dynamite, baby, AEW. I hope they saw it and went home and watched it today, because this was an amazing way to cap it off. But no, you said it right there, Denise. As I said it, I was like, oh yeah, WrestleMania is this week. You got to put your best foot forward, put a hot show. Earlier in the news today with Nick Khan and how they're talking about Tony. So like, yo, if you want to talk about me, here it go.
Yeah, and it was a very interesting, obviously I saw some of the quotes and things that were said, but, I don't want that to take away from today's historic Dynamite. Like, not only was it a great show, right? That's one thing, but that is it. They are the longest. They defeated WCW. They lasted longer.
I can't even believe it.
Reg. They took the Blue Chew and lasted longer.
They took the Blue Chew, lasted all night. It seems, as someone who was there, Denise, I was there for all of Nitro. I remember watching the first Nitro. I was there through the whole run. It seemed like, because they were younger, that felt like that was 500 years. It was only a couple of years of that run. And now that AEW has overpassed them and done more shows than them, it seems like it's been a long time for AEW too, but it's only been 6 years. This is still a fresh company. Things are still developing. Things are still evolving. And for them to do a show like this today, to be like, we've been doing it for this long, and this is what you can expect in the future, just a great motivation for AEW and what the future could hold.
It definitely felt like a celebration too at the end, even though the locker room was quote unquote celebrating the new trios champs. No, that felt like a celebration of AEW. Like, let's send out all of our baby faces out there and everyone's, feeling the vibes. To me, it felt like we made it, we survived. What's up?
Right.
Let's celebrate. I felt like that ending was more than just, oh hey, we're happy that the Death Riders were defeated. No, there was more significance to that celebration than I think many people probably thought.
They were pouring some liquor out on their dead homies, and some of their dead homies include Eric Bischoff, who is still alive. There definitely was a dancing on somebody's grave who's still here in the present. Cornette, Disco Inferno, all these people were like celebrating, popping bottles, calling these guys dumb. This is how you do pro wrestling. And for all the talk around this week and what it represents, what we're about to see this weekend, Denise, to know that the tagline, where the best wrestle, is real and presented on a weekly basis, it feels great as a wrestling fan,
Dude, today's show had so many good matches. I couldn't believe it. So it was one of those things where, okay, so I started watching the show exactly at 6:00. So I was an hour late. So thankfully I was able to fast forward all the commercials and try to watch everything. I was messaging Reg and I was like, okay, hey, what's worth not watching? What can I skip over? And Reg was like, oh shit, you got to watch this, you got to watch that. And I'm like,
nothing, I think.
Yeah, so I ended up watching Mercedes versus Athena. I watched the Will Ospreay Konosuke Takeshita match. I watched Josh Alexander and Hangman Adam Page. So I watched those 3 matches, and I caught the backstage segment with Hangman and Okada and the Bucks. And then I watched the
Hilarious.
ending of the main event. So I didn't watch the top of the main event, but I watched the ending of the main event. So I feel like I got most of the show though, because those matches were pretty damn long.
Yeah, you got the meat and bones of the show, what we came to see, the great, amazing matches of the show. So I think you're tuned in enough to be here on this post show tonight.
Yeah, I was about to say, this is not the night that I wanted to miss, okay? I was trying to watch everything. And like, just to like put this out there, I'm gonna be real with you guys. I'm not having the best day today. I'm kind of having a shitty freaking day, Reg.
Oh no.
I know.
Bad travel?
No, I wish. I would rather have bad travel. So if you've been on my social media, so here's this spooky thing, Reg. Do you believe in superstitions?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, I do too. A couple months ago, and hear me out, chat. Hear me out on this one. A couple months ago, you know how I eat eggs every day, Reg. Every day I eat my eggs.
Every single day.
And a couple months ago, I opened the refrigerator and I pulled out an egg. I don't know, it slipped out of my fingers and it cracked, right? And I didn't have the best day. And it kind of stayed with me. And I thought, dang, is it because I broke that egg, right? Fast forward to today in the morning. I wake up, I go get my breakfast, I get my little egg, and that shit fell on the floor and it broke.
No.
And I thought, oh no, I'm going to have a bad day. But then I'm like, you know what, Denise, don't believe in that.
You can't let it.
Silly. You can't believe in that. And then all of a sudden I go on my Facebook to just see what's going on because I check my socials every morning. And I randomly had a message from Facebook being like, our bots have detected that I don't even know what, to be honest, but that your page has now been limited for monetization.
What?
And yes, so they took away my ads on Reels, which is the bulk of how I make my money on Facebook.
That's
and
the thing.
I know some people on social media were like, oh, it's just Facebook. It's no big deal. To put this in perspective, where I make my money is YouTube, and then right afterwards, Facebook.
Number two.
Exactly. And so I have been dealing with that all day. I have been messaging people. I've been trying to reach out to people, people that have contacts, and no one has been able to help me out here. And I don't even know what I did wrong, Reg. I don't even know what I did wrong. And it really sucked the fun out of my mood. So I'm trying to be positive, but I kind of can't. And because I'm just so upset about it.
Listen, you can come back from this. Facebook will realize their mistake. There's a lot of wild stuff on Facebook.
Reg, they said if this happens one more time, we're taking your page down. But I don't know what I did.
What'd you do?
Reg, I don't know.
What did you post? You must have posted something crazy, something out of the guidelines.
I didn't post nothing crazy. I swear I did not post nothing crazy.
All right.
Have you seen what's on Facebook? Have you seen the crazy on there? You think I'm topping that crazy?
No, sometimes I'm like, is this could be on Facebook? I don't think you could show that. I don't think I'm supposed to see this all the time, actually.
Exactly. And so anyways, I've been so down today. And I got to tell you though, watching Dynamite and watching the good wrestling, I feel like they did. Konosuke Takeshita and Will Ospreay, the wrestling gods, were on my side with that one because these two guys are wrestling magic.
I'm crying. I cried. That's the only time during this show that I was happy that we weren't on the stream, because I was standing 5 minutes into the match. I was standing up watching the TV as close as you can when your parents tell you don't be that close. I was that close, being for every moment. So at that moment I was like, good thing we're not here. But just we're gonna get into it, just pro wrestling at its finest. This is expert level graps. I'm on my knees praying to the gods, crying, watching this match. This tremendous work. I can't believe it.
The wrestling gods were on our side. All right, let's go ahead and get into these super chats because we got quite a bit and we're going to break down the show as we go. We got Crazy 101 who kicks us off saying AEW beats WCW. Triple H still can't see color. Nick Khan, Ecos Clown, has the clown emoji. Crazy 101 out here wildin'. We got Sheldon Jackson who gifted 1 DWO membership. Thank you so much, Sheldon. We got Saif Dent Super who says, fantastic show. Tony got rid of all the useless dead weight. The product has been lit. After Max Caster, Ospreay still the best wrestler in the world. Yes, but after Max Caster.
Right. It's Max Caster number 1, Ospreay number 2.
Thank you, Saif. We got Professor Elma13 who says, thank God I'm so sick of Dean and this Vincent McMahon era BS ending every show. Ospreay and Takeshita or Monet and Athena should have been the main event. Look, I think I know why because I was kind of surprised that Mercedes and Athena kicked off the show. I was thinking that would probably be the main event or Will Ospreay and Konosuke. But it ended up being that 6-man that I didn't even realize was on the card today. Truthfully, I didn't even know. I'm like, oh, this is a match. Oh, cool. Oh, it's for the titles. Oh, cool. Oh, we got new champions. Oh, cool. Everything was a bonus for me today.
Well, as the show was going on, I kind of forgot this match was happening too, and I was like, there has to be some kind of Death Riders bit on this. And they've been ending so many shows with bad Death Riders lore, Denise. I think that they wanted to end on a high note with them losing the championships, them getting their comeuppance finally. Guys that we like a lot getting a big win, and the baby faces getting to celebrate, and like you said, celebrating AEW at the same time. I would have probably put Athena and Mercedes in the main event, but I understand why they did this in the main event.
Yeah, so they can have the party, though. We did it. We survived. Rubbed it in your face.
Party time, baby.
Well, with that being said, we do got to celebrate this because this is pretty big news for us here on AEW, and that is that we have brand new trios champions, Shibata, Samoa Joe, and the big homie Powerhouse Hobbs. What up? Were you surprised by this, Reg? I mean, I kind of was, only because, again, I forgot the match was happening.
Yeah, I thought it was kind of funny after our little debate last week, and I was
about Hook. He was in this.
Yes, that was the funny part. So when the show started, Denise, you probably didn't hear it. They gave a reason why Hook wasn't there. They were like, "Oh, the Death Riders got to Hook before the show, so he's not going to be in the match."
That's what they did about Jay White last time too.
Yes.
Remember, that was when Jay White got hurt.
Exactly. And I don't know if you saw clips of it last week, Denise. There was bits of when Hook was in the ring. He was throwing up in the ring. Did you see that?
What? I didn't see this. Where was this?
Yeah, there was at a point, Claudio had dropped him on the chair. Remember, at the end of the show last week, he's in the ring, face down, and then he gets up and the ring is
Were these videos online?
Yeah, you can see people were being oh, hopefully Hook's okay because of this, blah, blah. There's videos of it. We didn't know. We watched the show and it was fine and all this. So I thought it was super interesting. Now, I don't know if that has any connection to today, but yeah, they were Hook's not going to be in this match. So I felt like they were selling it as it was going to be a handicap match. And I was like, that's going to suck. But as soon as Samoa Joe and Shibata came out and they started standing at the top of the ramp, I was like, okay, that means it's going to be somebody. The big homie Powerhouse Hobbs, big surprise for me. I was not expecting that at all. I thought that there could be a bunch of people that kind of fill this spot, but for it to be Hobbs and for him to get that big pop and a lot of the match, the people were excited for him to be there. Thought it was great.
It's so random, though. We were talking earlier about how Hook, Samoa Joe, and Shibata don't really seem like they have too much in common. And now throw in Powerhouse Hobbs also doesn't seem like they have much in common.
But things are just funny, Denise, is we had that debate and I was like, Hook, maybe, I don't know. They should do that. And then next week they put Powerhouse Hobbs. They're like, oh, I hear you, Reg. Here's Powerhouse Hobbs in his spot. Things sometimes I'm like, all right, you guys. But
I thought we wanted Powerhouse Hobbs out of a group, though. Didn't we want him doing a solo thing?
I don't know if this is really him in the group or just I'm helping you guys and I'm also championing while doing it, you know?
I mean, it's a group now. They got a name and they got belts and there's more than two. It's a group, Reg.
Okay. But he could just be along for the ride friend. He doesn't have to wear the shirt or
No, he's in. He's in, bro.
He has to be the ops now?
He's the ops now. That's how it works. You've been recruited.
Okay.
Come on. It's not hey, you get to join us, but don't really. You can't reap the rewards of being a part of a group and then not associate with it.
if I help you, you needed my help. Your little partner got beat up and I came at the last hour to save you. I should get some kind of perks.
You're in the group. That's how it
Your
works.
perks are like, you're down.
The initiation process is done. Okay. Thank you, Professor Elm. All right, we got Minimal here who says both these guys. I feel like chanting this whole damn roster tonight.
Yeah, when that was happening during Ospreay and Takeshita, I was like, one, both these guys, and two, like my chant. I can't believe it's just out there floating in the universe. So cool. So great.
Thank you, Minimal. We got Luke Thornton here who says this Dynamite embodied so much of what I love in AEW. Monet, Athena were great. Hanger and Kyle is going to be incredible, but Ospreay Takeshita was next level again. And that's the thing, is that we've seen Takeshita and Ospreay and what they can do. And they did like the TV version of that today, because it still doesn't top their pay-per-view matchup. But that's fine. That's fine, though. Oh, dude, that pay-per-view matchup, come on. I know
when they did the
recency bias because
when
you just saw this match.
Back-to-back 1 counts, I was like, yeah, like I don't know, that was crazy.
I'm telling you, Reg, I think it's recency bias right now that you're picking the TV match, but the pay-per-view match was extraordinary.
Okay, I'm gonna have to watch both of them, because like I said, on that back-to-back 1 count, I was like, they are going crazy. This is it. Nothing is better.
No, I mean, these two guys, I mean, they cannot have a bad match. We already know that. But their chemistry, though, it's so seamless. They're peanut butter and jelly. They just go.
They blend so well, Denise. When they lock in and they're like, all right, we're going back to back, bar for bar. I was like, these guys are like, they've been wrestling for the last 10 years for each other. They're like they used to say back in the day, married. Like they just get it. They know when this person is going to be there. They know exactly all the spots to be in. Just tremendous work.
Amen, man.
Can't believe it.
We got, thank you, Luke. We got Kaza86 here who says they was out there like they won game NBA finals.
That was a Game 7 performance. They was like popping bottles. People were clapping hands and stuff. I was like,
I know. Right. Hey, bring out the pizza, man. That's all that was missing. Yo, I would have been the person on the roster that came out with the pizza box and like, what's up? We lit. Let's fucking go.
Everybody's popping bottles, alcohol and stuff, doing all this. Denise is like, where's the pizza?
Dude, I don't go to parties for the alcohol. I go to the party for the food, for the free drinks, the non-alcoholic drinks.
Non-alcoholic drinks. Yeah. For the Cokes. Not that Coke.
Not
Coca-Cola.
That Coke,
Yeah.
Although, I mean, at this point, it's Coca-Cola. Who knows?
You never know.
Great. We're going to get a cease and desist.
We're dead.
They're
dead.
Gonna
be like, Facebook is like, this is why you're talking about cocaine on your show. You're dead.
Yo, I'm fighting the law and I don't need the law. You know the song, I fought the law and the law won. Dude, that song was playing on a loop in my head today. I fought the law and the law won.
Zuckerberg is just in the sky like, Denise, bad girl.
This is fucked up, man. Mark Zuckerberg is out there with his billions and billions of dollars and he's out here taking my little money away. Man, I'm pissed. Book me versus Mark Zuckerberg.
Damn, you about to beat up Zuck. He's like, I got a bunch of coins. Let me take Denise's little coins too. I like those. Those are good.
Yeah, it's messed up, man. I could take Mark Zuckerberg. Have you seen him? I could take him.
Well, no, he be doing BJJ, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. He got a little bit.
Shit, I can't take him.
Yeah,
I can't take him. Why you gotta ruin the fantasy?
I'm just trying to help. I don't want you to like be out there and caught off guard. Like, I think he'd probably beat you up.
We got Nate S here. Thank you, Kazo. We got Nate S who says they done messed around and put on a pay-per-view.
Unbelievable.
I think Tony was probably like, nah, F that. Everybody be talking shit about me. Everybody be talking shit about my promotion. Bro, nobody be giving Tony Khan any props, man. I feel like never. 90% of what I see on the internet is just people being like, well, he hasn't done this or he doesn't done that, or he doesn't do all of these things, right? And I'm like, I think he deserves a little bit of freaking credit at this point. Come on.
I mean, we've done a bunch of watch-alongs and post shows where we're like, that was crazy. That was one of the best Dynamites of all time. For him to like consistently be able to do that, like on a random Wednesday, Denise, we could get one of the best wrestling shows we've seen. Like, that's an unbelievable thing to be able to do with the roster, with how things move and the constant just motion of everything, to be able to produce a high quality content like this, like Nate said, a pay-per-view level TV show is like, he needs to be celebrated for some of this, Some of the stuff is wild, but like some of the stuff is amazing and that should be celebrated.
Did you see that kind of like I saw a quote on it and it was from Nick Khan and he said like he respected Tony Khan's dad for like funding, and I was like, oh, that is such a shot to Tony. Like, you saw that, right? Like, did you read it the same way I did? Because that's the way I read it.
I read it as you're a hypocrite. Like, this company was funded by somebody's dad. We live in a life of dads. What do you mean?
Dang, man, and me and you, Reg, we got no rich
Triple
dad.
H, that's his dad, essentially. What do you mean? Like, oh yeah, I'm happy for your dad too. Like, what do you mean, Nick Khan? What are you even talking about?
Yeah, I'm like, I get it. Like,
your dad's Mr. Man.
Obviously, Shad Khan is the billionaire, right? We know that, but it's like, okay, Tony's doing his part. He's doing his business, and hey, at the end of the day, it's still his business,
And if we're gonna talk about like where we're getting money from and how we earn, like, oh, that's another story for another day,
Drama, man. But I gotta tell you, every time I see those quotes, I'm just like, damn, shots fired. But you gotta fire shots back though.
I love it. It's just like that Seth Rollins quote today where they were asking him about Tiffany and Charlotte. He's like, look, that's the game. Like, if we're out here shooting, we're out here shooting. I feel like they so often bring up the Monday Night Wars. And this was what going on a weekly basis, Denise, of like an executive will be like, that other show sucks and here all the reason why. And like, it's happening again and it's fun.
The other quote, when you said Seth Rollins quote, I thought you were going to talk about the one where he said he's willing to fight CM Punk.
I don't know why he said that. We've all seen CM Punk fight, and we don't want to see that again, I think,
It's funny, though, but he felt confident enough. Like, of all people, he's like, yeah, CM Punk. And I'm like, oh, what if it would have been somebody else? So what would your answer have been?
Not an actual MMA fighter, that's for sure.
It's so funny, guys. I love these quotes, man. They're getting wild out there. We got Grapple Geekery who says, happy F with AEW Day. Yeah, easy can. Man, I cried in that movie, by the way. Straight Out of Compton? The one that's about where Eazy, when he died, bro. Oh, I felt so bad. And I didn't know that much about him, but
we all cried. In real time, I was like, well, this is crazy. We're still like a conspiracy, so I couldn't understand.
But I cried in the movie, though.
Good show, good movie. If you've never seen Straight Outta Compton, that's maybe the best hip hop biopic there ever was.
Yeah.
Was there one recently? Yeah, that's probably it.
Yeah. We got Reggie Simmons here who says, salute to the Kelly connection. That is all. Holy shit. Maybe the breaking of the egg wasn't a bad thing. Reg. I think this is one of the biggest super chats we've ever gotten. From John Taylor. John, I want to scream, but I can't because, audio listeners and such.
What?
I can't, John.
I'm speechless, I think. Those are words, but I don't know if they're real words. But read the super chat.
I can't even read. I feel like screaming. John, I don't even know what to say. That was very, very nice of you. I haven't even read the message yet, but I just want to say thank you. And damn.
And the number 2, John, I see what you're doing, dude.
Yeah. John says, unlike Facebook, I can't even read. He says, unlike Facebook, should I ever decide to demonetize you, I will clearly state the reason why, which will be due to one of the following rules. Rule 1, if you ever fire Reg, unless it's done in a hilarious way on a live stream, or if Reg quits on a live stream hilariously. Rule 2, if you, oh crap, I'm running out of super chat.
John Taylor, you are... 1, amazing. We appreciate you every time for showing up. And 2, thank you for being on my side. I am, when this is all over, going to quit in a very hilarious fashion. And it's going to throw Denise way off guard.
How does somebody quit in a hilarious fashion?
I can't tell you. You're going to be prepared for it. I'm not going to let you be prepared for it,
Okay, what if you're like, and I just go end stream?
You just...
You're like ready to make a big giant presentation.
Well, everybody ready? Then I'm just gone.
Be like,
Don't do me like that, Denise. Give me my time to shine and get out of here on a high horse, okay?
oh my God. Well, John, I thank you
Unbelievable.
so much on a day where I
Thank
was
you so
really,
much.
really, really upset, like legit upset. This really made my day, obviously. So thank you so much, John, for your continuous generosity. And
And
chat,
right
please,
before Vegas, brother. Yeah, thank you.
please blow up John Taylor with some love, guys, because that is just
Perfect timing.
extraordinary.
Mhm.
Extraordinary, man.
Thank you,
John, thank
John.
you. I don't know what to say. I feel weird moving on, you know?
John, you're not going to be in Vegas, are you? I want to meet John. I don't know if he's going to be around, but something.
Yeah.
We'll
Yeah.
be somewhere in the same place
Thank you,
because
John.
I can't believe it.
Roberto Arsenal says Nick Khan talking trash today. Beautiful response by just putting out an A+ show tonight to Cornette, Bischoff, Nick Khan, suck on a fart. This is from Roberto Arsenal, by the way. Okay, I ain't saying this.
Suck
I'm
on a
trying to keep
fart.
the peace. I already got beef with Mark Zuckerberg. Okay, I can't afford to have more beef with more people.
Now, do you respect this approach, Denise, of I fight fire with putting on a fire show, or do you like a little bit of pettiness if also Tony Khan was like, and fuck y'all, like at the end? Would you like that too?
Well, I mean, it depends because I think sometimes you got to tell people to kindly F off.
Right.
But I feel the best way to tell people to get a life and to get F off is by success. Your success is your sort of revenge, right? Because if for any walks of life, if someone hates you, let's say I hate you, Reg, and then Reg, you go off and you like win the lottery, I'm gonna be like so freaking pissed, right? Like, damn you, Reg, or hey, Reg, you got this really great job and I hate you. Damn, you just pissed me off, man. And you know, it's stuff like that. I feel like putting on a really great show and having positive conversations like we are right now about Dynamite, I feel that is the best way to to get back at people. And of course, every now and then you could be a little petty, but you got to be petty in smart ways. You just can't be like F you, suck my dick or something like that, you know. You can't do it like that, right? You got to be smart about it, and you got to find different ways to get back at people.
I agree, because there's some people that hop off out the window and they're just like blah blah blah, and it comes back to bite them in the butt. If you just consistently do this and you show that you're improving, showing that you're trying to be that viable number two, that's the best way to get back at them.
We had 3 matches today that were absolutely incredible. I want to get to Mercedes and Athena because that was the start of today's show. And dude, they were so aggressive with each other. And please, for the love of the wrestling gods, they need to do a longer feud with them. Like this cannot be it. I don't want to wait. I don't want to wait until next year, Reg, to talk about this. No, when I'm assuming they're doing, we've been talking about this, Mercedes versus Tony. We got a tease of that today when Tony was out there. Now that Mercedes has advanced in this Owen Hart Cup tournament, she now, I feel like, I forgot what the hell I was going to say. Okay, so they teased the moment, right? They teased the moment between Mercedes Monè and Toni Storm, right? Okay. I'm assuming if they do that match, Mercedes is probably winning that AEW Women's World Championship, right? You gotta do a story with her and Athena somehow. I don't know how. I don't know if it should be before or after. I don't know.
After saying this match tonight, I'm like, Phil talked about it on Grapsody on Saturday. There has to be a way to maybe, or there could be a way that on the way to All In, Athena gets a surprise victory over Toni Storm, and we just run this match again at All In. And after seeing what I saw today, I'm like, let's do it, because this was one of the best matches that I've seen this year for sure, by far. One of the best women's wrestling matches that AEW has ever had on Dynamite, way far and away. This was the two best Black women's wrestlers in the entire world going one-on-one in a match. Denise, when they talked about Mercedes coming in and when Mercedes came in, number one dream match on that list was Athena. Like, it was like, there's going to be all these great matches. They're going to tell all these cool stories, but I can't wait until they get to Athena. And so when they did that press conference in Texas, the All In one, they were extending close to each other. Like they were in some photo ops, and it felt like that's a match that at this show, I think would be great to see. So when they announced the Owen Hart tournament and they were on the same side. And it was like, this match is probably not going to happen at a pay-per-view. It's going to happen at Dynamite. Not the biggest stage, but like still great. And then when it was in Boston, it's like, okay, that's going to add an extra layer to it. And so the match starts. Mercedes comes out, big pop. Like she's just taking it all in. She knows that she's at home. She's usually a heel. She's usually growling at the crowd and trying to get them upset. But this time she's just happy, taking it all in, living her life, being Mercedes, looking great, great gear, has all her belts. Athena comes out and the crowd gives her almost the same kind of great pop. They're like, okay, this isn't about heels and baby faces. This is about two great women who are about to come out here and tear it up. This match was so back and forth, so many counters. It felt like there was a chess match. Mercedes had so many smart moves throughout this. Athena was working like she's the most confident wrestler in the world. Like they were talking about how long she's been ROH world champion and why she's in this position and how much of an improvement she's made in the last 2 years. She was out there like she's the best wrestler in the world. There were so many moments where she was like, this is a huge moment for me. I don't wrestle that often on Dynamite. We're in front of Mercedes' hometown crowd. We're in her place. Like I should be, something should happen to me, but no, I'm living in this moment. I'm taking it all in. Every single situation that Athena was in, she was going 1,000% in it. She was trying to end Mercedes in spots. But like I was saying about Mercedes being smart, there were so many moments of this where she would just like do one little thing or end up on the apron or come out here or just like so many spots where it's like she's such a smart wrestler and knows how to get both women over in every single spot of the match. The struggle with them kind of starting the match in the collar and elbow, and they work up to the Owen Hart Cup, and that being kind of the story of the match of like they've studied each other, they know each other's moves, they've been in matches before, they're just trying to do anything that they can to counter and to get this spot. Like the apron bumps, that Athena pulling her into that power slam on the apron, tremendous work. Mercedes just did so many great things in this and proved why she was a great champion. Denise, I was just blown away the whole time, just watching in amazement. The amount of time that they got, they built on spots, like they were going 1,000. Like this is like the perfect women's wrestling match for me. Like if I was like, what's a women's wrestling match? Here it is. Watch this. This is how you do it.
I love that. You really broke it down. My favorite part of this matchup was this like tug of war that they found themselves in on the ring apron, where Mercedes kept looking like she was trying to suplex her off of the freaking ring apron. And she kept trying. And at one point, Mercedes like positioned herself. And I'm like, what is Mercedes doing? It almost looked like she was setting up for a tarantula or something. I'm like, what is happening?
Yeah.
Like I couldn't figure out what Mercedes' thought process was.
She's like clinging on to her.
Right. But she was trying to find all of these different ways to just get Athena to hit the ground and just couldn't. And then there was a moment where they did this whole sequence where they started at the top of the barricade and they're like slapping each other, right? And then somehow, some way, I forget how, but Athena gets like thrown down. She ends up like freaking she ends up like drop kicking Mercedes right into the barricade, but she like goes flying, and Mercedes is so tiny and Athena comes with so much power. So it was one of those things that I just thought, damn, like those were probably my two favorite parts of the matchup itself. But it was just it was good. It was good because I feel like Mercedes is she's like, a smart wrestler, and so is Athena, but Athena's a strong wrestler. I don't know how to explain it. Like she's sturdy. I trust her to just to show that strength, to show her power, and that's exactly what we saw in this matchup.
It kind of reminded me of the match we'll talk about later in the show with like Ospreay and Takeshita. Like Mercedes kind of the finesse like Ospreay. She has like the flashy stuff. And then Takeshita is just like knocking fools out. And that's what it feels like for Athena. Athena's like, I like all that flashy stuff. I like that cool shit, but I'm really here to knock you out. I'm going to try to hit you with the forearm, hit you with the elbow, hit you with the kick, something to just kind of get you off guard, get you a little bit loopy so I can hit my finish. That part where they were working on the apron and Athena turned it into a stunner off the apron. I'm like, what? Just like so many moves are them going insane. Just a tremendous work from both ladies.
Also, the way Mercedes won with the cradle, I felt like, again, skin of her teeth, like she just made it. It just happened. Had Athena been able just to get a little bit, get kick out just a little bit, but she couldn't make it. I really like the way that they did that. So it was a great start to the show, and a great women's match. It was what we wanted, especially when you got a match with that much anticipation and people have high expectations. You don't want to let them down, and they definitely did not. Being in Boston, being the opening match, as well as also, on this show where they've, lasted the longest. All right. We got Christopher Marino here who says, I haven't been really feeling AEW for a while since Danielson left, but this show tonight just pulled me back in. And it always happens like that. Every single time they have more than one really, really good match on the show, the fans are reminded of why they tune in to AEW.
Yeah, that's what's funny. I think I talked about it on one of our post shows recently of like, there's a lot of backlash, but 2 or 3 shows like this and people are back in. Like, if you just load it up, like there felt like there wasn't a wasted moment on this show. If you just give people what they came for, the craziest wrestling, some really fun moments, some funny stuff, some wild stuff, just a variety show of that great wrestling shit, that's what's going to keep AEW fans happy. And if you keep giving us the same old shit, we're going to be mad. But if you give us this, then we're going to show up every week.
Exactly. Thank you so much, Christopher. We got Redesign, Rebuild, Reclaim, Re-Injure, who says, hey, MJF, go back to Turkey. And oh, no, that's mean. What are we doing? I'm not reading that. Thank you for the super chat. He also says 289 was kind of like an NXT takeover, but way better.
It felt like that.
So I do want to talk about, since we're on it right now, I did get to watch a little bit of the MJF stuff. I didn't watch the actual Hurt Syndicate match, but I saw that he brought out some women and was trying to bribe the Hurt Syndicate with women. And I think it's kind of working. They didn't look too upset like they've done in the past. I think they were like, we're in the presence of women. We're looking good with our suits. Someone's going to get lucky. We know there's some bubbly in the back.
Yeah, the Sheldon bit, the part where MJF brings him out and the camera zooms over and MVP and Sheldon are like, wait a second. And Bobby's like indifferent as always. Hilarious stuff. I thought the tag match was super fun. It wasn't super long, but I think like Hurt Syndicate, that should kind of be their bit. Every match isn't going to be a 20-30 minute match. It's Bobby Lashley and Sheldon. It's going to be destruction. And I thought that's what the Gates of Agony brought to this. It was like from the bell ringing, they're going 1,000 miles per hour. They're just slugging, trying to beat each other's ass. Just like, what do you expect these two teams to do? They're not going to be doing headlock takeovers and all this chain wrestling. They're going to fight. And that's what this felt like. The MJF bit is funny. He's still trying to win over the Hurt Syndicate. The part about Sheldon was excited about the ladies coming down, hilarious enough. But then him being like, I need more time, and trying to get MJF's watch, trying to con the con while doing this whole thing. I think it's a great bit of Sheldon of like, I kind of like this guy, but also like if he's going to give me that watch, that's going to be great. Bobby playing the role of I still want to kill this kid. Why do you guys keep letting this happen is great. But the women bit is it's a fine line because this isn't 1998 anymore, Denise, and like the Godfather isn't here, so like using women for like currency or like that, I don't know if we should really.
So, I mean, Reg, I was about to get a couple of chicas for you, but since you don't
whoa, I didn't say nothing about hold on.
2025, I'm in Vegas. I was about to be like, I think Reg will like this one, that
Hold
one.
on a minute. That's what we're talking about. Erase everything I said in the last 30 to 45 seconds because it's gone.
Sorry, Reg, you said it. I was about to get you a whole package.
Listen, I'm trying to be about feminism, about women. They shouldn't be traded for shit, and then that's how you hit me? That's crazy.
Oh man, look how fast you went from feminist to I don't care.
Listen, if it's about me personally,
Reg just wants the chicas.
Listen, you said chicas and my brain was like ding ding. Well, what now?
You're like chicka what
let's see in Vegas too.
And with the little showgirl hats, little bedazzled. Look at Reg. Reg is like, let's go to Vegas right now.
I'm like, get it up, turn the show off.
We got Anthony Giuliano here who says, I know this is an AEW review, but did you see Salruka win a title in WWE? Heard she's the speed champion is what I've been seeing in the streets. I didn't see it myself, but I did see that. Thank you, Anthony. We got Chris Ledeck here who says, sorry to hear the bad news, Denise. Hope you get monetized again. I'm glad AEW had a great show, but it can't be another dud next week. No, I mean, the Owen Hart Cup stuff is definitely keeping, like, didn't I just say this like 2 weeks ago? Every time AEW has tournaments, that's usually when we're praising the show a little bit more.
Yeah, I don't know if it's like them booking the tournament just gets them in like this mode of everything else surrounded is going to be hot too, but it is a pattern, Denise, of like anytime there's a tournament, it feels like the rest of the show is hot too, just with the extra emphasis of maybe the other wrestlers are like, these guys are going crazy in these tournament matches and getting the chance to showcase themselves. When we get TV time, we want to do it too. That's kind of maybe what it feels like. It's just great wrestling for us.
Well, here's the thing. We also had a really big debut into AEW, as well as a hot match that led to kind of a hot ending too. So wow. Josh Alexander, who a lot of people predicted was going to be the wild card, was the wild card in this matchup with Hangman Page. He gets in there, has a nice, straightforward wrestling match with Hangman. And afterwards, though, Hangman does get the victory. But not only do we see Josh Alexander, it seems like he may be joining the Don Callis family. And then also Kyle Fletcher, who's going to be facing Hangman. He went out there and, tried to bring down poor Hangman. And then also, was it afterwards? Was it after the match or was it before the match when we had the Young Bucks? No, it was after the match. No, before when they had the segment with Hangman and the Young Bucks and Kenny and Okada.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was right before.
Yeah. So there was kind of a lot in there, but I loved the Okada Hangman tease.
Okada was so funny. He was like crazy. Smile. Hangman walks away and Okada goes, bitch. And then Hangman gets
he told Hangman to smile and then called Hangman a bitch for giving attitude. That is like literally, I mean, you plug in any, like, come on, how many women haven't lived that? We've literally lived what Hangman just went through. I know he's got pretty curls, but he ain't a woman.
I was like, oh shit, that's crazy. Living in Oakland, California, I hear that way too often. I'm like, dog, that doesn't.
Yes. Do you know how many times you're just walking down the street, minding your own business, and some guy's like, hey, you gotta smile. And then you're just like, keep going, ignore it. And then they go, bitch. Oh, every time. This is what it's like to be a woman. And I was watching this and I thought, damn, I'm like, this was done because of that, right? Like
Okada with that catcalling energy. I don't know if they knew that they were tapping into that, but that's exactly what they tapped into. That's crazy.
I feel like every woman who saw that, or if you played it to any woman that doesn't even watch wrestling, she's gonna be like, yeah, I've seen that happen either to me or to another woman.
I've seen it with my own eyes. It's pretty insane. It was a great, really fun bit though. Excited about that match. Excited to see the Young Bucks back on TV, even though I'm not loving this EVP stuff because I think it's a little bit over. Great to see them back in the mix. I'd love to see them wrestle some matches and get back into this. The reveal of, I kind of thought this could be Jack Perry, especially after that segment, Denise, of like Matt and Nick being like, do it for the EVPs. We're your friend. This is all this. Like, it kind of felt like a setup for Jack Perry. So when they're in the ring, they're like, his opponent is. And so they have that thing. We don't know what it is. The best wrestling bit ever of introducing a guy is like, you don't know who it is. And then his name splashers on the screen. And then everybody goes ham. This happened here for Josh Alexander. And what you said about Josh Alexander is the best bit about Josh Alexander. Straightforward. It's not a lot of extras. All you have to do is ring the bell and this guy's going to go for it. Him and Hangman were throwing bombs in a lot of this match, trying to clothesline each other's heads off. A lot of great strikes and slams. And Josh Alexander is a very intelligent wrestler also who, like, there's a little bits that you see that are just different than every other wrestler. Like, you see him work and do a little spot and like, oh, he's a veteran. He's way different than people we normally see in this. Like, he's a different type of wrestler. And I thought this was great for that. There's always the debate, Denise, of like losing upon the debut, but this is kind of the best way to do it. It's like you come in, people know who you are. You have a great showing. You show exactly who this wrestler is. If you see Josh Alexander next week, you see him in 5 weeks, you see him in 10 weeks, this is what you're going to get of him. Introduce him the way he should be introduced. Have Hangman get a kind of not decisive win, but get the victory, but you look good in it. I like the Don Callis bit too, because it's like, with wrestlers like this, Denise, of like, he's not going to be out there showing a bunch of personality. He's not going to be colorful. He's not going to be in promo battles with guys because that's not the way that Josh Alexander functions. he should be a heel because I think he plays better with that. Him having Don Callis, and they talked about it last week of adding somebody to Don Callis' family, I think it'll be a great bit for him. It'll add heat to him because he is a good promo. He's not the best, but I think he can go toe for toe, bar to bar with a lot of guys. But having that extra Don Callis Canadian thing, I think is going to help him along the way.
Yeah, the second I saw it, I thought I was going to hate it, and I didn't. On paper, had you told me, I might have hated it. But when I saw it actually go down, I'm like, yeah, this fits. This makes sense. I like this. Like, this is good. I love the buckshot lariat running off of the stage that Hangman did. That was pretty cool. When I saw them setting that up, I'm like, huh? Like, what is it going to do?
It's scary because he's jumping over fans. Like, is something wrong? You never know. A fan could reach his hand up or like any kind of crazy thing. There's so much room for error, but yeah, it looked just devastating.
Yeah, exactly. Happy to see Josh Alexander in AEW. I think he's going to fit in very nicely. And he's going to be like, he's going to be that guy. I think he's going to be that guy that Tony just plugs in and puts in like to wrestle just anybody. Like if you need a match, just throw in out Josh Alexander with somebody and you will get yourself a good match.
This is going to be like it's Tuesday night and Dynamite's tomorrow. And Tony's like, this guy versus Josh Alexander. And we're all going to go insane. I think there's going to be a bunch of those. But what I would do is plug this guy into Collision. They announced on this show a couple of things that are going to happen on Collision. And one thing that got me very excited, Adam Cole just got the TNT Championship back. And they said that Adam Cole is bringing back the open challenge for the TNT Championship, which is the way you should use this belt. Add Josh Alexander in here. There's a bunch of guys on the roster that you plug them into that division, it could become one of the best divisions.
Yeah, but if Josh Alexander goes after Adam Cole, I'm going to need him, Josh Alexander, to win the title.
You just hate Adam Cole, Denise. What's wrong with you?
I don't hate Adam Cole. I'm just saying, I want Josh Alexander to win.
I was like, as soon as Denise is going to be like, gotta beat Adam Cole, though, because she hates Adam Cole.
Oh, man. We got Anthony Giuliano here who says, love the hotel view. Denise, what day is Media Day tomorrow? Media Day is actually not tomorrow. Media Day is actually not on until Friday, but there are so many other events going on that it feels like Media Day almost every day.
Are you doing things tomorrow?
Yeah. This is my schedule. I'm not going to zoom in so no one knows exactly where I'm at, but that's my schedule. God. Oh, and then there's a part 2.
There's a part 2?
Yeah, the bottom.
What?
This is my schedule. Hold on. And then this is my oh shit, sorry. This is my content schedule.
God.
I know. That's why I was so pissed about Facebook today. I was like, I was gonna do so good. I was feeling so pumped. And you know what they did? You know what they did to me, Reg?
What did they do?
They deflated me and then stomped on me.
Listen, you can't let them hold you down, Denise. It's on all the way up. Look at your schedule. You're booked and busy. People want Denise. This is Denise's time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of inflatables, so get this. I got to my hotel. I should probably do an unboxing here at the end of the show.
Have inflatables.
Yeah. So I got to my hotel and they sent me a WWE Championship pool inflatable.
Oh, look at you.
Yeah, pretty funny.
You're down?
What?
Like you're down enough to get like with WWE?
No, this was from Vegas PR.
Oh, it's not from WWE. I was like, man, Denise is down. Fancy.
No, but I'm down with Vegas PR.
You are down with Vegas PR, so you are kind of
officially connected with the tourism board of Las Vegas.
Wow,
that's pretty damn cool.
No, that's lit. That's hard.
Yeah. Also, while I'm here, I do want to shout out because I don't want people to think I'm balling. So I do want to make sure. And I think I mentioned this on my video, but I'm not sure many people caught it because I just said, "Oh, thank you to Circa for hooking your girl up." But thank you so much to Circa because they're letting me stay for free here all the way through Monday. So they are comping me each and every single night here at the Circa.
Time. Booyakasha! Denise, that's crazy.
So, and it was great. Shout out to Aaron who did that.
That's a victory. You can't be mad about Facebook. You're getting these other blessings and other ways.
I know. That's what I'm saying. So I'm very, very thankful for that because, that just helps me out like a whole bunch. Mm-hmm. So I do want to shout out Circa for that. That was very, very cool of them to offer to do that. And so, yeah, I just want to make sure to show them some love for that.
Amazing.
Thank you, Anthony Giuliano. We got Ernie Phoenix 23 here who says AEW wins again, period.
They're going to keep winning too. It ain't over. This is just the beginning.
We got Travis Lindsay with a very generous super chat. Thank you so much, Travis. He says, I hope things start looking up, Denise. I hope so too. I mean, I can't, like, I know I was upset about this, but you know what, Reg, you're right. Sometimes you got to step back and look at the other things that are definitely working out.
Yes, exactly. There's a whole bunch of things that you're winning on. You're in Vegas. It's going to be hot. Your friend Righteous Reg is going to be, it's going to be a great time.
Well, I feel like, am I the only person that when something goes wrong, you're just like, oh.
No, there's a bunch of people like that, but I try to be the friend that's like, you don't have to be. But I also want
How are you when something goes wrong? Do you like, does it affect your whole day or are you able to move on from it?
Nah, I got to move forward.
See, like, I drown in it. It's like a sinking hole and it sucks me in.
I don't let it. I get up and smoke some pot and move forward. It's the only way.
This is what happens when you don't smoke weed. So you're saying I gotta smoke weed to?
I'm not saying that. No. If there's any kids watching, definitely don't. Stay awake. Drugs are bad. Say no to drugs. But what I do.
Okay, well, what I do is just mope.
No, I know a lot of people that are like that, and sometimes you have to let people be like that. That's the way that they deal with things. You know what I mean? Like, you don't want to be like, hey, stop doing that. Why are you blah blah blah? You want to let them kind of exist in it, but also let them know about some cool things that they're doing.
Right. I have a 1-day rule. So if I'm ever sad about anything or mad about anything, I let myself be sad and mad for 1 day. But the next day, like, that's it. It's expired. You got to move on.
I like that. That's a great rule to live by. You can write that on your fridge.
Unless they piss me off again, then again, I'm going to be, it's the clock starts all over again.
Terrible what they done to me, Denise.
Yo, man. Thank you so much, Travis, for the love. We got young Jay Nice in the building who says this episode was amazing and was in my hometown and I didn't go. Didn't go because of the venue. But with hindsight, I should have went. Dynamite of the year. Shout out to you, Denise and Unc Reg. Crazy. Like, we're talking about people calling this now Dynamite of the year.
Yeah.
And this one's going to be hard. You're not going to forget about it because of the the fact milestone. That they surpassed. Yeah, exactly. So the milestone right now, the milestone show, the 3 really great matches, the celebration at the end, kind of meaning a little bit more. So there's just a lot in there.
That's what, especially for it to happen on Max, like it's gonna be, it's a great moment, a great tentpole moment for AEW.
Thank you, young Jay Nice. We got Nell D who says, how the F do I join the Hurt Syndicate? Those membership benefits are excellent. You see what I'm saying, Reg?
I don't want to say. There's some requirements. I'll just say that.
Are they though, really? What are the requirements, Reg?
I can't say.
You can't say the requirements.
Trying to get me canceled. Nope. I don't know them.
All right. Thank you, Nell D. We got Brian Watson here who says, your hair looks great. Keep it. Hopefully ending Death Rider's story. Hurt Syndicate story has potential. Thank you so much, Brian. I'm assuming that's compliments for me, but who knows? Maybe it's for Reg.
Could be for me and my luscious locks, as they say.
Yeah. So I'm not just going to assume that was for me, but
no, definitely talking about you.
Do you think they're ending this Death Rider story or this was just a little bit of it?
I think
this was just because of Pac.
Yeah, this Pac maybe played a role, and maybe they're tired of our shit, Denise. We're on here complaining for the last couple of weeks. They're like, let's get these people
listen to us. They don't care about us.
Listen, I listened. I watched a quote of Tony Khan being like, I'll be listening to my fans all the time. I listen to people. And
yeah,
I'm like,
on Twitter, not on the podcast, though.
Why would he just listen to Twitter?
Because Twitter is so accessible and it's like right there.
Listen, let's talk about the elephant in the room. You don't think Tony Khan watches this show?
No.
Do you know who Tony Khan is?
Yes. It's John Taylor.
Tony Khan, if not every single week, he's in tune with this.
I don't think so.
He does. You don't think so? You don't think so?
I don't think so.
He
okay, fine. Let's put it to a test right now. Let's put let's mark it. Let me see. Tony Khan, if you are listening to this show, invite me and Reg
hold on. No,
to one of your fancy parties, okay?
That's too big. You got to do like an Easter egg thing, not like invite us to a fancy black tie party.
Fine. I don't know them. What? Okay. Tony Khan, if you are listening to our show, the next time you come out on AEW TV,
Better.
wear a red tie.
See, yeah, there you go.
Red tie.
That works. Like
So
if he
Tony
has a red tie on tomorrow at Collision in Boston, then we're in. Denise is
We're
like,
in.
bring us on your private jet, fly us to your house. I'm like, well, that's not gonna work.
I mean,
Invite us to Thanksgiving. I'm like, he's not gonna do that. If you're listening, next time you come,
You
next
don't
time
know
Christmas
that.
happens, get us a Christmas
billionaires
present.
are eccentric, Reg. They do crazy things.
That's true. You're right.
All right. You never know. We could be invited to
You're
hang
right.
out in the. Have you seen Shad Khan's yacht?
Oh, yes, I have. It's crazy. I'd love to be invited on that yacht.
They wouldn't even know if we're there. That's how big it is. Like we
That's
wouldn't
true.
we wouldn't
That
take
is
up too
very
much
true.
space.
It'd probably take like 30 straight days. They're like, all right, we've looked everywhere. Oh, there they are.
All right. Tony Khan pops up with a red tie.
That
He's
thing's
listening.
like Denise and I's places combined, like times like 100, maybe something like that.
What?
His yacht.
What about his yacht?
It's gigantic. It's like
It
our
is
places
gigantic,
combined,
yeah.
like
I saw a
times
video
100.
of it. I was like, what? How does that even work? I mean,
How
I
does it
don't
work?
know.
You got
We
money.
just can't think. We're thinking like pores. That's what's
Yeah,
happening.
we don't know. Yeah, it doesn't work the same.
Watch you. Okay, what if Tony Khan would have been like, yeah, I'd invite you guys, but then you guys threw out the red tie thing, and that made it much easier.
He's like, this is way easier. I just put the tie on and went. But yeah, I mean, yeah, take back the tie. If you want to invite us, I'm in. But like, if Denise is being crazy, I agree. You know,
I'm well behaved. All right, guys, I'm well behaved. Thank you, Brian Watson. We got Plus Ultra Adrian who says, keep your head up, Denise. Don't let bad shit get to you. Have fun at WrestleMania this weekend. Thank you, Adrian. I love how everybody's just so positive, you know?
Mhm.
And I'm right here like,
oh, my life is over. I'm in this luxury hotel in Las Vegas about to watch these wrestling shows everybody wants me to be at.
Oh, man. Thank you, Adrian. We got Daniel Robledo who says, are you going to Grand Slam Mexico in June? Reg, I was going to tell you, you should go with me. Please,
Denise,
please.
I am in. You don't have to convince me. As soon as they announced it today and I saw you being like, I'm going to be there, I'm like, I want to be there too, dude. That's going to be
Oh, my
sick.
God.
Yeah.
Yes, we need to do
I'm
this.
in.
Okay, great. We're sold. Then I'm going if you're going.
I'm in. Yeah. Fuck, that shit's going to be amazing. I'm all in. Yeah.
All right. Have you been to Mexico before?
I've been to, like tourist Mexico, not like Mexico.
Okay, Mexico City. Mexico City's fine.
No, I haven't been to Mexico City, but
okay, don't worry. I've been to Mexico City 3 times. I was just there, so I feel like I could be a good guide.
Yes, yeah, we're doing this. This is Denise and Reg adventure. I'm in. Let's go for it.
We're going to Mexico.
It's gonna be hard. I'm excired.
Let's go. All right, I'm excited. All right, we got Will DeVise here who says, thank you, Denise and Reg and AEW for restoring the feeling, bruvs. Here's 2089 in honor of the 289th episode.
Awesome.
I watched Nitro and Raw as a kid between 96 and 99. It's fun to watch Graps again after 2-decade hiatus, thanks to an alternative.
That is always so cool. Every time I hear somebody being like, it's been 10 years, it's been 20 years, I'm like, that's so cool that a company could do that. When you loved wrestling there's so many stories I hear, Denise. My friends loved wrestling as a kid and just stopped, and some of them have came back for AEW. So when I hear this story, I'm like, that is just so amazing.
No, yeah, and you got to think about how many people kind of stopped watching wrestling when WCW died. A lot of people did not want to go over and watch Vince McMahon's product.
ECW and WCW died a month apart in 2001, and shit was fucked up. A lot of people were like, we're done, we're good. And so for them to come back after so long and to be excited about it and to be like, not totally out of, I want to say they're catered to, but like they have a part in this. Like people that have nostalgic bits, people that used to be here, they can still relate to the current product. It's awesome.
Yeah, man. So I just hope they keep doing their thing and, don't get sidetracked by all of the craziness that goes on outside of it. Like it's just a quote. A quote's not going to kill you.
Facts,
whatever.
yeah.
Just keep doing what you're doing. And that goes for both sides, man.
Denise is being like a nice mom or something. Just like, if you don't have anything bad to say, don't say anything at all. Just like, it'll be fine. Ignore them. Ignore the haters. This is just high school. It won't be like that when you get out.
I'm just saying. Put your best foot forward. Okay. Do I sound like a mom?
You sound like a fucking sign at Marshalls or TJ Maxx or something. Like,
I'm a little Hallmark card.
you are. Put your best foot forward. Hang
Put
in
your
there with the
best
cat.
foot forward. You can do this.
You can do this. Just like if you think you set your mind to, you can do. I'm like, all right, Denise. Yeah, they hear you.
Okay, but I'm just saying, look at how positive people are being today. Why? Because AEW put their best foot forward.
Yeah, I'm just been laughing about how different this show is been to like than the pay-per-view. Like the ending of Dynasty, we're all like, but the end of this show, we're like, yes, AEW, we love this. And it's like, you can do this. You can give this up. Will Ospreay is on your roster. We could be seeing this as the world champion. We could be seeing a shift in this so quickly and so easily with a few adjustments.
Have we talked enough about Konosuke Takeshita and Will Ospreay? Because I feel like we talked about it, but did we
a little bit? We haven't
talk
like
about it?
fully got into it though.
Okay, well, let's get into that because I do want to give that match its flowers. Jesus Christ, I don't even know where to begin. Reg, these two guys, man, the speed at which to move, the way that they set things up, the way that they prepare you, everybody's standing up, losing their mind. People are doing standing ovations in the middle of the matches multiple times. I'm not even sure if they're standing ovations or just I'm not even sure, reacting, standing ovations, whatever you want to call them. I mean, it gets intense. It gets intense, but it was so good. Again, still love the pay-per-view one more, but still love what they did today, though. They did a very, very good match. Great match.
When they announced this match, it's like, we know what they're capable of doing. We know, we've seen it before. Like you said, they've had a great pay-per-view match already. They've already set the table for how amazing that they could be. But this like exceeded those expectations. You have high expectations for matches, and then two guys, like we talked about earlier, that are just so locked in, get into the ring. All the elements are there. It's this tournament, this prestigious tournament. The champion's going to get a title match. The expectations off rip, Denise, were that Will Ospreay was going to win this for a lot of people. When he was announced, he's been pointing to the all-in sign like the WrestleMania sign. It's like, this is Will Ospreay's thing to me. But Will Ospreay's kind of foe and villain of AEW for this time being here, besides Kenny Omega, has been Takeshita. Like, he was the one that replaced him, the Don Callis family, not replaced him, but he was the one that replaced Kenny Omega. It kind of took that place in the Don Callis family, attacking the spot that Will Ospreay has. So, like, anytime Will Ospreay is going to be right somewhere, Takeshita is going to be right there on his butt. And this is what this felt like. It's like, oh, they're meeting again in this tournament, trying to be the spoiler for each other. So this match kicked off, and it's like, the same beats. That's what's so amazing about some wrestlers, is because historically there's been this 5 moves of death thing, or 5 moves of doom thing, where it's like, oh, this wrestler was that you loved, they only used 5 moves, and that's how they got over. They said Bret Hart had 5 moves of doom. But in history, every wrestler kind of has 5 moves of doom, but it's how you get into those situations and how you get us to bite on stuff we've already seen before. They didn't do anything in this match, Denise, that we haven't seen before from these both wrestlers. They did all of their all of the stuff that we see in their big matches, like Os Cutter, Takeshita's forearm strikes, knees, like everything that we've seen these guys do. But the way that they did it in this match, the way that they do with each other and get into these different positions, and the way that they throw strikes, and the way that they space stuff and they time stuff, and they slow down in this part, and then they go fast in this part, and then they do this, and they know when to let the crowd breathe. Like, this is just 2 perfect wrestlers locked in every situations. The part where they kind of telegraphed it. Ospreay hit an Os Cutter on the ramp and really kind of caught Takeshita off guard, kind of had him in the loop. Then he tried to hit an Os Cutter again in the ring, and Takeshita just clobbered him, destroyed him. And like I was describing earlier, there's one part where this 1 count thing has been kind of a gift and a curse. When Kenny and Ospreay did it at that Forbidden Door, that's one of the best 1 count kickouts of all time. And I've seen a bunch of people trying to recreate that in the last couple of years, and it's been not that great. These guys did it back to back, and it was the best part of the match for me. Like, I was standing up cheering, woo, 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 like this was fucking Arsenio Hall. This is just how 2 locked in wrestlers, the future of this company, the next world champion, this is how it's supposed to be. I was blown away with this match, Denise. After the opening match and being like, that's one of the best matches I've ever seen. Two of the best matches that these women have ever had. For this match to come after that and for them to tear it down, unbelievable. This is what AEW is. You see the best match you thought you seen earlier than the night, and then an hour later you see another amazing one.
Dude, I knew it the second it was announced and I saw those matches. I thought, damn, we're in for a good night tonight. Will DeBeast, thank you so much for the super chat and for your generosity. We got Redesign, Rebuilds, Reclaim, Re-Injure here, who says the CCO pissed his pants tonight at the sight of AEW's success, but no worries. He's colorblind and thinks he split hot coffee on his crotch. Wild.
I do know one color that Triple H does see, and it's the color of a hat. And it's red. Let's move forward.
Oh, Denise. I was like, huh? I was like, well, what color are we talking about? I thought you were gonna say like white or something. All right, we got Wayne here with a very generous super chat. Wayne, thank you so much. He says, Denise, you are the best. F Facebook. You are our DWO leader. Keep the great interviews coming. This week will be your best ever. We all love you, Wayne. That's so nice of you. Thank you so freaking much, Wayne.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And you're right. You're right, Wayne. Denise is one of the best ever. This week is going to be amazing. You have interviews lined up, Denise?
So I don't have interviews lined up, but I have like events where I will be doing interviews.
Are you going to be at WrestleCon? Any?
No, I'm not even going to be at WrestleCon. I didn't fit in the schedule.
No time.
And I did do an interview today with the former Sonya Deville.
Nice.
This morning we did a nice like 50-minute interview in person too. So I was very thrilled about that. Yeah. So I'm hoping to edit that tonight.
50 in person.
I know. Yeah. You know how hard that is to get? It's so hard.
How hard that is to get.
Yes. So I'm
50 minutes. I'm blown away. I'm like, damn, they gave you 50 minutes. What you did, Denise? That's crazy.
So I'm doing I'm gonna put the interview together tonight and after this, and then get that going for tomorrow. So I'll probably drop that tomorrow morning. Yeah, because it's a really good one. She gave such great stuff, you know, such great conversation. She's a great conversationalist too. So it made it really, really easy. You know, those people that you just vibe with, like right off the bat, you open the door and they're like, hey,
it's happening already. Before you even recording, it's already you're already in the interview process. Yeah.
That's exactly what she was like. So it made my job so easy. It felt like a 20-minute interview. And when I got off, I even thought, man, did I only do like 30 minutes? And I go to my camera and it said 50. And I was like, what? I didn't even know I got 50.
Beautiful. Can't wait to hear that.
Yeah, thank you so much, Wayne, for the love, and hope you have a good time enjoying WrestleMania this week. We got Minimal here who says Stone Pitbull cameo at the end.
Listen, Ishii wanted to pop bottles too. He's like, look, pass that to me. I like
he
AEW.
Was there? I didn't even see him.
He was in the ring getting this shit off too, high-fiving. He wanted to celebrate too.
No wonder I was like, Stone Pitbull, my Ishii was there? What?
Yeah, now he popped a bottle too. Like, hand me mine. You think you don't like to party?
I was looking at Swerve because I think when Will or someone opened a drink, he got something in his eye and he was like.
And Swerve doesn't, if you guys know, drink or smoke. He's like straight edge. He's not into any of that shit. So that's probably why it was extra.
No wonder. Because I saw him, like I saw Will was sitting on the ring apron. Or no, sorry, he was sitting on the turnbuckle. And then like he was doing something, and then I saw Swerve go like this.
Yeah, Swerve's not used to being doused with alcohol. That's not really his vibe.
Yeah, and so I feel like we need to replay and see what everybody was doing. All right. And next up we got, thank you, Minimal. We got Infamous Raider Loco. He says, much love and respect, Denise. I hope things get extremely better for you as far as Facebook goes. But shout out to the Cali Connection. Watch along was definitely missed. Have fun. Have fun, you two. I know. I can't believe of all the shows that we didn't do a watch along, this was the one we missed.
And it's funny because I was just talking about in a group chat with my friends. We were talking about Collision, and I'm so mad that you guys did, because last week's Collision was fire, Denise. Like,
I've been hearing about it. Yeah.
One of the best collisions of the year, one of the best collisions that they've had. I'm so mad that Dynamite wasn't that great this week, and we do Dynamite watch-alongs, and Collision was fire. And then and then somebody was like, well, you'll never do a Collision watch-along, right? Because Denise hates Collision. And I was all, yep, that's
Wait,
it.
Someone in the group chat said that?
Somebody in the group chat that was not me.
I know exactly who's in your group chat.
Somebody that was not me said.
Which one was it?
Somebody that was not me said that, Denise.
There's the two people that I know that were in that group chat.
Mm-hmm.
Let me guess. Was it? I was trying to say. I know who it was. I know exactly.
But you acting like
who would
it's
say
not
that.
true, Denise. You
Because
do
I
hate
know
Collision.
exactly who would say that. Okay. All right. Infamous Rigor Loco, thank
Thanks,
you so
Rigor
much.
Loco.
We got Shanika here who says, "What's up, Cali Connection? The grabs tonight were Athena Mercedes overperformed my already sky high expectations." We were talking about that, trying to meet up those expectations, and they definitely did that. Hey, man. So, like, what? Are we going to continue seeing Athena on Dynamite or what?
That is the question that we need to be asking. We need to see her regularly featured on AEW television, especially after a performance like this. And I think what, like you were saying earlier, Denise, I think this match, what they did and the finish left the open room for a rematch. Like they definitely was like, that wasn't it. Even though they cooked and they did a lot, there's still so much that they can do and lead us to the next match.
Speaking of which, Luke Thornton here says, "Denise, any chance of a future Collision watch-along post-show? Collision has been killing it."
See?
Look, I'm willing to do it on a week that I'm not obviously away. There are Saturdays where I'm there.
Okay.
I will.
If the stars align.
But that's the thing, though, is that every time I watch Collision, I'm like a jinx. It doesn't turn out good when I watch. So if I tune in for like 3 weeks straight and the show's bomb, I'm going to consider myself a jinx.
Yeah, maybe we need to go ahead and dispel that rumor, let you do it like 3 weeks in a row. If they all are terrible, then it's Denise's fault.
It's literally my fault.
Denise is watching. Let's put on a terrible show. That's a crazy way to go about this, but okay.
All right. And watch, I'm going to ask you, Reg, see if you're available. And you're going to be like, well, it's Saturday.
It's so long. I got Grassy in the morning and then that.
Yeah, see, you're just complaining, Reg. All right, let me see. We got Redesign Rebuild here who says, "I don't care who slipped, Swerve slipped, 289 ruled."
Who slipped, Swerve slipped. It's because, look, he hit that one at Revolution so great off the barricade, the big stomp, and landed on his feet. Can't land on his feet every time. You know, they're slippery. There's stuff going on. It's been a long match, so I get it. It still looked dope when he came out, though.
We got John Taylor here who says, "I'm the rich dad of the DWO, I guess." Honestly, yeah. You're our Dad Con.
Man, we're going to the mall. Can I get some shoes, Dad? How much money do you have?
Oh, man. I feel like you would be like, "Hey, adopt me. Thanks."
That's a fact. I'll be in the fam tomorrow.
Thanks, John. We got Ryan Merle here who says, "I was originally a WCW kid, so it's wild to see a company surpass Nitro. It wouldn't even be a big deal if Bischoff wasn't such a dink about AEW."
That's how I feel too, Ryan. Like it would still be a celebration, but it wouldn't have been such a like, fuck this guy celebration. If this guy was just like, it's cool that another company is doing this. That's not WWE.
Right. Just because of all the shit talking. That's why it's like an extra, like, let's rub it in kind of thing.
Exactly.
Grapple Geekery says Eazy-E as an Eric Bischoff for the record. Oh, I was thinking Eazy-E.
I got
like
that. I didn't know. I just thought she was also talking about the movie.
No, I was talking about the rapper Eazy-E.
Well, they used to call Eric Bischoff Easy too, like
yeah. But when I think Eazy-E, I think of the rapper,
the actual Easy. That's good.
Yeah,
you should
I'm
continue
sorry.
to do
That's
that,
just
Denise.
where I go. Okay,
like the hip hop in me is like, yeah, thanks, Denise. So keep doing that.
I feel like it would kind of be just, I don't know, a little disrespectful for me to like not think of the rapper. You know?
Thank you. Yes.
I watched the movie. I know what's up.
The movie again. She's like, I know.
I got educated.
Listen, you would not have Bone Thugs and Harmony if it wasn't for Easy. Just remember.
Anthony Giuliano here says, "I will take Reg's place when he quits." Damn, Reg, people already lining up for your job.
I'm gone already. This is in 20 years when I'm an old, decrepit man, okay?
Dream Ninja 77 says, "Mercedes Athena, simply two of the best wrestlers alive today. Give me more All In, 30 minutes, book it." Like the only reason I don't think that's happening at All In is because I do think it's gonna be Mercedes and Tony.
Yeah.
And then also like they're not gonna do a whole 30-minute match. You know,
this
they're gonna have like
30
50
minutes
matches.
Today.
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying for All In though, All In's gonna have a million matches.
It'll have a 30-minute match, but Ospreay will probably be in it.
All right, we got Redesign here who says current con odds: Tony negative 5,000, Nick plus 2,500.
Con odds.
Con odds.
Con odds.
Crazy One One says the way Shelton almost folded to all those girls.
Listen, Shelton was like, "Look, this isn't the worst idea that I've heard," and the way that he like couldn't take his eyes off of it was hilarious.
We got JK Fishbowl Williams. Thank you so much, JK. He says 10 weeks until Dynamite 300. Let's hope that's a banger too. Holy shit, Dynamite 300. Pretty soon we're gonna be talking about Dynamite 500.
That's
Someone
crazy.
do the math on when that is, by the way.
10 weeks, Denise. That's 10 shows. That's not that long from now.
Yeah. No, it's really not. Thank you so much, JK Fishbowl. We got D. Laura here says, what's good, Cali Connection? Hope you two have a great weekend in Vegas. Was this the best Dynamite top to bottom? Reg, you going to Resurgence in May? It's really hard to say because there's been a lot of really good Dynamites, but I think this is definitely the best one of 2025.
Of 2025 for sure. I'd have to go through the history. I was thinking about it when the show was over. I was like, it's in contention, but like there was like a didn't Brian and Kenny wrestle on Dynamite one time? Like there's a couple of Brian moments that I was like, that's that. But as far as 2025, far and away, and for a long, like you'd have to go back some months to maybe get a better episode. And Resurgence, yes, after they confirmed the Young Bucks are going to be there, Mercedes are going to be there, I'll be there.
Wait, is this the Resurgence here in No, Ontario. I'm sorry. I was thinking about Rebellion. Never mind. Wrong show. No,
this is Ontario.
Yeah. Okay. Are you going to be at Rebellion?
Where's that?
I don't know. Somewhere here in LA. I think it's at the Galen Center.
No, probably not.
Damn, you're such a hater, Reg.
You're going to be at the TNA show?
Yeah, I'm going to be there.
You fucking liar.
I'm going to be there. Why would I lie about that?
I mean, you did go to the MLW show. You shocked me with that one.
See, I went and I stayed the whole show.
What's Denise doing there? What are you doing there?
I know. I was on a date that day, so it all worked out. I didn't even do any work. I was on a date.
Oh, that's right. That's right. I forgot.
Look at me.
Yeah. Good for you. That is a funny story, though.
Wait, what do you mean a funny story?
Because, like,
what are you talking about?
Because isn't this like your husband went? He doesn't like anything, but he wanted to go to. He never wants to go to wrestling, but he wanted to go to MLW. That's hilarious. Like Denise,
he wanted to go see the Luchadors.
Denise be going to all kind of wrestling shows. She be at WrestleMania, AEW. He's never like, hey, give me a ticket. But MLW comes, he's like, hey, let's go.
Because he only really currently likes lucha, and that's like, that's what he grew up on. So he saw that they were gonna have luchadors, and he was like, let's go to the show. Did
he like the Battle Riot?
Yeah, he had a good time with it. He did. He had a good time with it. But yeah, that was primarily the reason why we went. So I showed up.
I was on a date.
I was on a date.
Denise is like, I'm not working. I'm actually being a wife today. Sorry.
Yeah, I was chilling, bro. I didn't do shit. I was
like,
lazy.
You want to interview a wrestler? You're like, I'm with my husband. Leave me alone.
I was chilling. We got John Taylor here who says, fun fact, when I decided not to go to Vegas for WrestleMania, I set aside exactly $420 for the first Kelly Connection post show with Denise in Vegas, so that I was going to send $420 until I got high. Super chat was planned a few months ago.
Wow, this was already a bit, John Taylor. Look, committing to the bit is one of my favorite things, and I love that you were taking it that far.
That's incredible.
So good. We're so lucky.
Yeah, no, for reals. Thank you, John. Thank you. And may you get more blessings than you give us. So thank you.
A billion.
Corey MacArthur says AEW Dynamite was dynamite. Hey.
Facts. Fire. Do it again next week, Tony Khan, and then again after that.
With the red tie. We got Redesign Rebuild here who says the Godfather would have sealed the Hurt Syndicate deal for MJF. Bro, the Hurt Syndicate, Righteous Reg, half for everybody.
Well, the thing is like the Godfather would have did it because Hurt Syndicate doesn't feel threatened by MJF. Like that's part of the reason they think it's all a bit. Like he can't do anything to scare them. They're just like, shut up, you're just a little guy,
Yeah. We got Mike T90K here who says, amazing episode of Dynamite, the best professional wrestling on the planet by far. I'm completely on board where we're headed towards All In. I mean, it's looking like I'm still predicting Will John.
Yep.
Tony Mercedes.
Yep.
Kenny no, I'm sorry. No, Will's already doing Kenny Okada, excuse me.
Yeah. What do you think Hangman's gonna do?
Do they run back Hangman and Swerve? No, tag team.
Oh, they're gonna do Hangman and Swerve versus Bucks, probably.
Right? Yeah. Thank you, Mike T90K. We got Redesign Rebuild here who says Reg wants chicas, I want chiclets.
Yeah, bring on the chicas, bruh.
We got Lissa Hart here who says I'm excited for Hangman and Ospreay interaction. Yeah. That's like that one's tough too because it's like a really good heel and a really good baby face that you love.
I'm excited about before that Hangman and Kyle Fletcher. I think that their match is going to be like Kyle Fletcher needs to be in more feuds with guys like this on their way up the top guys, the futures of this company. So him and Hangman is going to be absolutely insane.
He felt big time when he came out.
He
I was like,
did.
oh shit, Kyle Fletcher. Because I'd forgotten, like, oh yeah, Kyle Fletcher, Hangman Page, right? But he felt big time. Like I was, I
He
sat
feels
up on my
big time.
seat. Yeah.
Mhm.
Exactly. Amir F, thank you, Lissa. Amir F says, hey, Denise, going to Grand Slam Mexico. Apparently, both me and Reg are.
We're going to Mexico, baby. I'm excited. Gonna eat some tacos and see some real chicas out there, brother.
I was gonna say, well, we got to be careful on where you eat tacos.
Yeah,
I don't need you to get sick like I did.
Nah, I don't want to do that at all.
I'm actually gonna watch myself this time. I'm not gonna get too.
I don't want to.
Because that's the thing. Like I go to. See, Reg, I went to Mexico. I wasn't boring. I ate everywhere, all right? I didn't say no to nothing. All right?
The street meat, Denise.
For it.
The street meat.
Okay? Bro, I was... This is TMI, but I was in the bathroom at the freaking show, okay? And there was a woman.
Oh, that's right.
Did I tell you about this? She kept knocking on my door, and she was like, "Are you okay?" And
I forgot that it was during the show. That's so funny,
freaking show. Okay, do you know what it's like to get sick in a public restroom?
Oh,
at Mexico, a wrestling show.
At a wrestling show, like I've been to some wrestling shows in California. I'm like, this is the grossest bathroom I've seen in my entire life.
No, the bathroom was clean, actually. The girl was just like, are you okay? And I was like, yeah, just not feeling good.
Do you need help?
Yeah, dude, I was sweaty.
Weak ass American stomach, weak ass California stomach.
Yo, it was brutal. And what's worse, I got a text from my husband during that. He was like, hey, your nachos got here. Because in the arena, you order the food on like a menu and they bring the food to you. And I ordered these bomb nachos that I never got to eat.
Damn, your stomach wasn't hurting when you ordered the nachos?
It was, but like I was willing to. It hadn't gotten.
You were gonna risk it to eat the nachos? I'm like, what? Your stomach would have already been hurting by the time you ordered them.
I ordered them because they looked
my
good.
stomach's hurting, but
stomach
also
was
let's
already
eat some
feeling
nachos.
bad. But I thought maybe it'll pass and I'll be okay. Nah, bro, I had a full-on fucking infection.
My stomach's hurting. Bring out a plate of cheese. Maybe that'll fix it.
And I even said, make sure to bring jalapeno.
Dude, oh my God.
I never got to lick not one little cheese on that.
Unbelievable. Your stomach would have exploded. Good thing. Shit.
Oh man! Sometimes you just make decisions, and it is what it is.
You're on vacation. You're having a good time. I get it.
Yeah. Be careful. Don't have too much of a good time. All right, we got Stuart Bridgman. Thank you, Stuart. He says, Denise, are you planning on doing any live videos like you did at Royal Rumble in the merch area? I'm hoping to. Actually, tomorrow I'm going to the World. And if all is good in terms of Wi-Fi, that I will definitely be doing like a live World video. And if not, then I'll just get some like pre-recorded videos and put that out instead,
Yes.
Depending on what goes down over there. But yeah, I'm really excited. I'm gonna do that tomorrow.
Dope.
Thank you so much, Stuart. We got well-rounded Leo here says Tony does not deserve credit today. Oh, sorry. Oh, wait, no, he does say Tony does not deserve credit. Today's show was good, but also a lot of the past Dynamites were terrible. Hopefully he can continue with good shows and don't book only for the sickos. Here's the thing. When I say he deserves credit, it's like, dude, he's made AEW what it is right now. You know how many companies have legitimately tried to be even as close as AEW is right now and have failed? It happens all the time. It's happened so many times throughout the year, and they're like the first real place where people can go in here and have like a legitimate, like make millions of dollars. You think, for example, Swerve, when he got, like go from WWE, NXT and all of that, you think he would have made the money that he did anyplace else?
Nope. There was only one alternative, only one way to do this, and AEW was it. And Leo, what you say here is a kind of a contradiction, because he says, hopefully he can continue with good shows and don't book only for the sickos. This show was booked for the sickos. Like, this was a sicko show to the T. Like,
that's the thing. People tune in for AEW to get AEW. They don't want...
This was a sicko show.
They don't want AEW trying to be like WWE. The storyline that gets shitted on the most is the Death Rider storyline. Why? Because they're trying to be WWE, but they're not.
Exactly. And the more that they get away from that and the more, because you keep hearing an alternative, they have to be alternative, they have to do stuff different. The more that they get into that, the better they'll be.
Right, exactly. You just got to do your own thing, do something different, and stand out.
Mhm.
Thank you, well-rounded Leo. We got John Taylor here who says plot twist. Will Washington watches this show and just told Tony he looks good when he wears a red tie.
Listen, I don't care how you get there, but get there, okay?
Yeah. You know what drives me crazy about Will? I'm going to say this right now. Every time he'll send me a thought, he'll be like, hey, so what'd you think about the show today? And I'm like, bro, I just did a whole ass podcast with Reg. Tune in and watch it. I don't want to repeat everything I just said on the air on a text.
You sending him to watch the show is funny. You're all, dude, I talked about it already.
Right? Like, yeah, I already did my due diligence, all right? I don't got to
So
repeat.
funny.
This ain't a bonus. This ain't an exclusive.
This
Does he not do that to you?
Denise throwing shots, man. She going crazy.
All right, Hassan Butler says, Reg, you heard about Naito and Bushi last night?
Yes, I did hear about that. I don't know. I'm still confused as to what's going on. It was kind of a shock the way that it came out and the stories that are kind of developing. Bushi was announced for Best of Super Juniors this year, and that's coming up in a few weeks. So that was confusing. And Naito is like, we just talked about it on Grapsity because Phil was at Windy City Riot about how over he still is and how synonymous he is with the company. And there's a lot of specifically American, those New Japan strong crowds. They love Naito. Like he has some kind of connection with American fans still, even with how people talk about him. So this was all super confusing because like, even though Naito's on, kind of his body's kind of breaking down and he is in this position, he still represents a big part of New Japan, and for it to be so sudden is pretty shocking.
Dude, I was not expecting that. I read it like 3 times. I even thought maybe the translation is off. But
Me
no,
too.
I clicked on it and that shit was English. So I was like,
the first time I read it,
happening?
I was maybe this is maybe I'm reading this wrong. Like I was so confused. Like maybe the translation's fucked up, and it wasn't fucked up.
No, exactly that. Mike T90 says WWE has a 50-year-old CM Punk and 55-year-old John Cena and a 40-year-old Roman and Cody main eventing WrestleMania. AEW saved pro wrestling for me. It's just apples and oranges at this point. Okay, I'm a big CM Punk fan, so like, he ain't 50 years old. I don't know how old he is, all right? But we're going to talk about CM Punk on this podcast, all right? All right, I'm a CM Punk fan, all right? So we ain't going to go there.
WCW wheelchair wrestling.
What?
That's what
you're wild, dude. You're wild, dude. All right. And 40's not old, guys. Come on. 40's not old.
At all.
Reg, you're almost there.
Stop this bit because I'm really close. I feel great. I'm spry.
Juan Ortega says the night one Denise doesn't do a watch along. Liking Vegas. I know the one night exactly how upsetting. I can't believe it, but it's fine. We're here.
Juan. They did it as a bit on us.
Yeah, they were like, fuck the Kelly connection. Mm-hmm. All right. We got Lissa Hart here who says, do you think Samoa Joe will face Mox at Double or Nothing? Hey, I would kind of like that. Have Samoa Joe straighten him up a little bit.
That's what I mean. Before they even kind of announced this, when they got involved with the Death Rider stuff at the pay-per-view, I was thinking, listen, like Samoa Joe would be a great on the way to all-in opponent for Jon Moxley just because of the role he fills. Like he's believable. Like if he won the AEW World Championship again, people would be into it. He's probably not going to beat Mox, but he plays a great kind of counter to what Mox is. I believe that could happen, especially with after the finish. And Mox was the one that got choked out tonight. So, I mean, it's
I'm going to want Samoa Joe to win. And then when he's not, I'm going to be hella disappointed.
Well, yeah, me too. That's the issue that you run into.
Oh, man. Thank you, Lissa. We got Crazy 101 who says after that show, TK was hyped beating his chest.
TK,
let's fucking go.
Yeah.
Giannis Antetokounmpo.
He did it. No, he deserves it. He should get a pat on his back.
We got Corbin. It was funny because actually this is a great time to mention Prize Picks is sponsoring the show, and when I was making my picks, I picked Giannis in honor of the Giannis Antetokounmpo.
That's why. Good
Hey man,
basketball player though.
you just got to go with things. All right, we got Corey MacArthur here who says, Denise, chin up, tits out, watch for the shoe, keep your head up this year. This is your week, Reg. You the best. You and Phil has been killing it on Grapsity. I'm hype, GQ man of DWO. Hell yeah,
Let's
man. We're putting Corey
go.
MacArthur on the cover of the DWO magazine,
Shout out
man.
to the homie Corey, always representing and here, representing on Grapsity. Appreciate you saying that about Phil and I. I've been feeling really good the last couple of weeks. Feel like I've been locked back into wrestling mode. I'm coming for y'all, Denise. I'm gonna be the best fucking podcaster there is.
You said you were feeling it.
Feeling it.
Feeling it.
Listen, straight
Are you
feeling
coming
it.
for me, Reg?
Listen, I'm coming for your spot, Denise. I want to be the one getting comped rooms. I want to be the one at WWE World. I don't want to be at WWE.
Don't worry, I'm gonna be those veterans that keep the young down, and I'm just
don't
gonna
do
be
that,
like,
Denise.
I'm gonna be like, you're not doing it right. You got to do it my way.
Do it like this. This is how I came up.
Yeah. Thank you, Corey.
Thanks,
We
Corey.
got John Taylor who says, makes sense that Denise's real husband, the Beast Mortos, would like MLW Lucha. I know, you know. John Taylor thinks my real husband is the Beast Mortos. I mean, we'd be cute together. So, hey.
I haven't seen the Beast Mortos without his mask, so I don't know. Like, it could be. Like, that whole time I could have been talking to the Beast Mortos. Like, I don't know.
I'm not here to say. I'm not going to try to ruin things, you know? All right, we got Crazy 101 who says, also, do you guys think Mariah May leaves AEW for the Fed? I'm like 80% thinking she's going to go to WWE after her contract expires with AEW. I'm 80. My percentage is 80% she goes, 20% she stays.
Remember I came on this show a couple weeks ago and I was all, where's Mariah May, Denise? And you were all, she's selling the Toni Storm thing. Still ain't been back. They announced this women's Owen thing. No mention of her. They haven't said shit about her. She's good as gone, I think, at this point. Like, where is she? They haven't said shit about her. And she was... They're saying the best story that ever happened in AEW history. A lot of people are saying she was just a part of it months ago, weeks ago.
Right.
So,
I think it's one of those situations like with Daniel Garcia when they didn't know that if he was going to sign, they didn't have him. Remember when he didn't have him win like against MJF and stuff. So I'm wondering if that's why they haven't had Mariah on TV. If it's like, well, we don't really know if she's going to stay. So why are we going to invest in her stock if she's not going to stay? That's my assumption. I don't really know though.
I'm just like, I think she's gonna go to WWE, but she should, like, AEW shouldn't let her go. Like they did.
I would fight, but I mean, I would fight for her. They should fight for her.
A lot of work to put her in positions, and like I said, one of the greatest stories your company ever had. She's in all the video packages. So what are you gonna? You need to save her.
Yeah. We got Larice Johnson here. Thank you so much for the super chat, Larice. We got Redesign Rebuild who says over 400 people in the stream. Get the likes at 289. Hey guys, please hit that like button. Make sure you're subscribed too, please. Thank you so much, Redesign Rebuild. We got Minimal here who says they just added 2 more joint shows around Grand Slam. What? Oh shit, are they also in Mexico? We'll double check on those, Minimal, but if they are, we got a whole weekend ahead of us.
Let's go. I'm excited.
Get your stomach ready, Reg. Get your stomach ready.
Stomach ready is crazy.
All right. We thank you so much, Minimal. All right, last one. I finally got to it. We got Vilzen.
Killing it.
Vilzen Chu. Thank you so much, Vilzen. He says, came back home from the show. It was so good. The Death Riders walked right past me. Mercedes versus Athena was so fun. Thank you for your wrestling coverage. Well, first of all, I'm so glad that you got to go to the show because, dang, you got your money. Like, you spent your money very, very well. Very, very well in the show. So you got a whole lot in that. And yeah, I mean, there's nothing better than getting up close pro wrestling. That you actually enjoy. It's great.
Very hot crowd in Boston. Not surprised. They've historically been a great wrestling crowd. MJF's burn on you guys because they were singing "We Hurt People" and MJF was like, you guys are too white and too invested in this to be saying that. Very funny stuff. Great bit.
I love it. Wilson Chu, thank you so much and continue having a great night. We got John Taylor here who says fast forward 5 years from now and Reg is banned from the media credentials after he failed to give Denise a handshake and she pulled out the emerald shovel. I'm going to be like, yeah, no, that Reg guy, he's so weird. No.
Don't be talking bad about me in these rooms. Everybody thinks I'm cool. All the WWE people are like, he talks so positively about our company. We have to put him on the media list.
I'm going to start. Don't worry. I'll spread good rumors about you, Reg.
Yes. Good rumors only. Rumors. Shout out to Lindsay Lohan.
I do love Lindsay Lohan rumors. I didn't know you knew Lindsay Lohan rumors. All right, we're spiraling. We're spiraling.
Sometimes
John.
I know what bits are gonna get you, Denise. I'm like, when I say this, Denise is gonna like this.
Yeah,
Of course,
I
you like
love
rumors.
Lindsay Lohan. Are you
Yeah.
kidding me? She was my hero for so many years. Like growing up, I'm like, I just want to be Lindsay Lohan.
Rumors.
Yeah, I love Lindsay and her movies and her music. I was like, girl, I wanted to meet her so bad. I still haven't.
After Mean Girls, it was up for Lindsay Lohan. That was it. It was lit.
Love her. All right, John, thank you so much. Oh, we got one more. We got Hamburger Helper here who says, hashtag TK invite Denise and Reg to a party is trending everywhere.
To a party.
Watch when we get invited, Reg. Watch. I'm manifesting it. We're going to be on the yacht.
I'm going to be so excited shipping my champagne on the yacht. Shipping my champagne.
I'm going to be rubbing elbows, being like, yo.
With the rich people.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Oh, we got one more. This is from Redesign here who says, TK book Hook to win the TNT championship ASAP. Well, look at Reg. I know, Reg, you were going to be a hater.
Don't do that. Thank
you, Redesign Rebuild. We got one more here from Rolling Thunder 420 who says, yo, Denise show was lit. Every match was pay-per-view caliber tonight, especially Ospreay versus Takeshita. Even the dispensary outside was bumping Omega's theme music.
There's an outside dispensary. Oh, nice.
I love that. Whenever you see like
lit.
regular everyday life things being wrestling related, like right now at the Harry Reid International Airport, they have WB championship belts everywhere. And they have the You Can't See Me thing and the WrestleMania sign.
Yeah, I saw a video with Elvis with the belt. I was like,
yeah, okay. He was there. I didn't see him actually, but I did see the video. And they got the John Cena music playing sporadically throughout the airport. And they also got like they're promoting Raw. I mean, it's massive. It's very massive. So yeah, it's been interesting. Interesting trip already so far.
Super dope. Vegas. I'm excited to be there tomorrow. It's about to be lit.
We got Crazy 101 who says, sucks if Mariah leaves because Mina is barely in AEW. I know. Talk about just the timing, you know?
Yeah, we thought that they were going to have this long fleshed out feud and kind of build onto this, and it's probably not going to happen.
Right. Wow, I can't believe it. What a show today. And everybody, thank you so much. I know it took us a little extra longer to get through everybody's super chat today, but thank you so freaking
y'all
much.
Are so cool, man. Clutch coming in time, great time, everything. Y'all are just the best.
I didn't see the Nick Wayne Christian Cage interaction. Biz commented about that. Do you want to speak on that?
Yeah, so Nick Wayne's been doing this bit for a couple of weeks where essentially he's like, it seems like he wants to be the leader of the patriarchy. So he came out, it was him, it was Kip Sabian, Nick Wayne, and shout out to Mama Wayne, Shayna Wayne was there. Nick Wayne gets on and he's like, oh yeah, Christian's been gone, so I have to take over essentially. But Christian's not gone, he's there. He came and talked some shit. He was like, I've been watching what you've been doing. Nick Wayne, what is this? He's like, I've been watching what you're doing, Nick Wayne. I've left you here for motivation to kind of get you to that bit. I got you the thing for the Best of Super Juniors, even though we've known about this for about a week. He took credit for the Super Juniors thing. And then he was like, we're going to get you started for that with the match with Commander tomorrow. So he's kind of paying like a passive aggressive, like, I know what you're trying to do here, but I'm still going to be the dad that you've been waiting for. Pretty good bit going there. I love how at the end he's like, Kip, let's go. And then Shayna tries to confront her son, and Christian's like, Shayna, really loud. I'm like, I would be yelling for Shayna like that too.
Look it. I unboxed the
Is there a pool at your where you're staying?
Yeah, there's a massive pool, but I didn't bring a bathing suit. So But this is the WWE Championship inflatable that they sent me.
That looks pretty cool.
Yeah, right? Can you imagine me at the pool with this?
Yes.
Oh shit. Damn. All right, let me wrap up the show. We got a couple more super chats and then we are done for the day. We got let's see, John Taylor here who says, Reg, like, wait, this isn't a TK party, this is a BJ party.
Hold on. Stop. Let's relax. Hold on a minute.
That's not the kind of party we want to get.
That is not the kind. It's gonna be on a yacht, John Taylor. No BJ's Pizza at all. There could potentially. No, okay, I'm not gonna say that part. Listen,
Reg, pause.
I didn't say anything. You don't know what I don't know what the how you
I
said
don't know
there's
where
a,
you were going with that.
you
That's
said
all
there
it's
was a
like,
big
stop
yacht. There
talking.
could potentially like in one room be BJ's going on. Like the pizza, not the thing, you know?
That's so funny. Thank you, John. Alrighty, guys. Now I'm officially all caught up. Woohoo!
Whoop,
All
whoop.
right. This ended up being one of our longest post shows ever.
So
Not
funny.
really ever. Actually,
No,
we've
not
gone
really.
longer. Yeah,
Yeah.
we've gone longer. But
Mhm.
before we go, guys, I do got to take a second though and make sure to shout out Prize Picks because they are our sponsors, and we need to give them some love here on the show. Remember, use that promo code Denise. It's time to turn your sports knowledge into cash. With millions of members, Prize Picks has made daily fantasy sports accessible to all. Prize Picks is the best way to get action on sports in more than 30 states, including California, Texas, and Georgia. On Prize Picks, you can mix and match player projections from different sports, combine your favorite basketball players with players from baseball, hockey, esports, and much more. My favorite thing about Prize Picks was how easy it was to navigate the app and make my picks. You can also cash in on the basketball playoffs with Prize Picks. Don't miss your last chance to add your favorite players from the court to your Prize Picks lineup. Whether it's points, rebounds, assists, take your pick of more or less for your shot to win up to 2,000 times your cash today. Prize Picks puts their members first, so all withdrawals are fast, safe, and secure. When my picks hit, I can get my money as quick as 15 minutes. Sign up today and get $50 instantly when you play $5. You don't even need to win to receive the $50 bonus. It's guaranteed. Download the app today and use the code Denise to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code Denise to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks, run your game. Make sure to check out the link in the description box below of this video. And you can pick Giannis in honor of our podcast. All right.
Yes,
We got
sir.
Redesign Rebuild to send in one more super chat saying, hey, Cope, you spiked to pop Denise's WWE now. Pop me in the pool. John Taylor says, win money on Prize Picks, then send winnings to Denise. Facts. I'm here for that. All right, guys. I think that's it for us here today. Reg, tell the people where they can find you.
Grapsody, I'm going to be in Vegas this week. Phil's going to be in Vegas this week. So we're going to be LIVE together talking some pod. That should be fun. I'll be in Vegas, you guys. That's all that's going on. There'll be shenanigans. There'll be fun. There'll be bits. And that's it.
All right, guys, check the channel here every single day. There's going to be content going up. Support the content. Tomorrow, I'm going to try to drop that interview with Sonia. Keep an eye out for that. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and we'll catch you guys on the next one. Bye, everyone.